Urgent! Latest news, Real Madrid fans. Carlo Ancelotti is out and we already have a big name signing a contract. Stay on the video and follow everything. Hey, Real fans. Welcome back. Today we've got some explosive news to share with you. From massive changes in the coaching staff to our Champions League disaster against Arsenal and the latest on our superstars' performances. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe right now to stay updated with all things Real Madrid. Trust me, you don't want to miss what I'm about to tell you, especially the breaking news about Carlo Ancelotti's future at the club. Let's dive straight into our biggest headline of the week, and it's a bombshell. According to respected journalist Paco Gonzalez from COPE, Carlo Ancelotti's days at Real Madrid are numbered. Sources close to the club have revealed that an agreement has already been signed with Xabi Alonso to take over as the new manager next season. This news comes on the heels of our devastating 3-0 defeat to Arsenal in the Champions League quarter-finals. That loss appears to have been the final straw for the club's leadership, who reportedly lost confidence in Ancelotti's ability to guide the team to either a La Liga or Champions League trophy this season. The numbers don't lie, folks. Under Ancelotti, this season, we've suffered an astonishing 11 defeats across all competitions. For comparison, last season we only lost twice. This dramatic decline has happened despite significant reinforcements to our squad, with stars like Mbappe and Bellingham joining our ranks. According to our sources, only winning either La Liga or staging a miraculous comeback in the Champions League would save Ancelotti's job. Not even a Copa del Rey triumph would be enough to secure his position, despite his contract running until 2026. That shows just how serious the situation has become. Let's take a moment to appreciate what Ancelotti has achieved during his time with us, including the last Champions League victory, but also recognize that perhaps his tactical approach is no longer working with our current squad. Our second story focuses on Tuesday's shocking 3-0 defeat to Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. This was undoubtedly one of our worst European performances in recent memory, and it has left us with a mountain to climb in the return leg. The defensive collapse was stunning to watch. Arsenal completely dominated the midfield battle, with Declan Rice putting on a masterclass, scoring 2 goals from free kicks. Our defensive line was repeatedly caught out of position, failing to cope with Arsenal's pressing and quick transitions. Perhaps most concerning was the performance of our attacking superstars. Kylian Mbappe had a particularly disappointing night, failing to make any real impact on the game. Arsenal defender William Saliba, Mbappe's childhood friend, even took a subtle dig at our star forward after the match, saying, "It was good for me because we won and he didn't score," before adding that, against a player like him, you have to be focused all the time. This marks another disappointing Champions League performance for Mbappe, who was brought in with a primary goal of leading us to European glory. So far, he's struggling to deliver on the biggest stage for Los Blancos. Our midfield also suffered a significant blow when Eduardo Camavinga received a red card, ruling him out of the return leg. This suspension comes at the worst possible time. As reports confirm, we'll also be without Ferland Mendy and Dani Ceballos for the second leg due to their ongoing injuries. Despite the challenging situation, our players haven't given up. Vinicius Jr. has expressed confidence, stating, "Remontada? Yes, we can." The return leg at the Bernabeu next Wednesday will be a true test of character for our squad. Now, let's talk about the man reportedly set to take over from Ancelotti, Xabi Alonso. The former Real Madrid midfielder has been making waves as a manager, most notably with his exceptional work at Bayer Leverkusen this season. Alonso's tactical approach focuses on positional play, aggressive pressing, and fluid attacking movements, a style that could potentially bring the best out of our current squad. With his intimate knowledge of the club's culture and expectations, having played for us between 2009 and 2014, he represents a perfect blend of modern coaching and Real Madrid DNA. Our sources suggest the deal is already done, with Alonso set to take over in the summer after completing his current season with Leverkusen. The timing would allow for a smooth transition and give him the full preseason to implement his ideas. The potential appointment has already excited many fans, who see Alonso as the ideal successor to rebuild our squad and tactical approach. At 42 years old, he represents a younger generation of coaches who could bring fresh ideas while still understanding the weight and pressure of managing the biggest club in the world. Looking ahead to the summer transfer window, our technical team is already planning significant changes to strengthen the squad. According to our sources, the club is prioritizing defensive reinforcements following this season's inconsistent performances at the back. The center-back position is a particular focus, with several high-profile targets being monitored. The club is reportedly willing to invest up to $80 million for the right defender who can anchor our backline for years to come. In midfield, the search for Toni Kroos's eventual successor continues, with the club eyeing several promising young midfielders who could gradually take over his role in the team. Names being mentioned include Eduardo Camavinga taking on more responsibility, but also external targets valued in the $50–70 million range. On the outgoing front, several fringe players are expected to be sold to fund these acquisitions, with the club hoping to raise approximately $100 million from player sales. This would give us significant firepower in the transfer market to continue rebuilding the squad. Finally, let's discuss the upcoming return leg against Arsenal at the Santiago Bernabeu. Despite the 3-0 deficit, there's still belief within the club that a comeback is possible. We've all seen amazing remontadas at the Bernabeu before. Remember the comebacks against PSG, Chelsea, and Manchester City in our last Champions League triumph? The magic of the Bernabeu on European nights is real, and it could play a crucial role once again. The coaching staff is reportedly working on a more aggressive tactical approach for the return leg, aiming to score an early goal to build momentum. With the absence of Camavinga, Mendy, and Ceballos, we're likely to see some tactical adjustments, possibly with a more attack-minded formation. Our sources inside the club suggest that Ancelotti is considering a formation change to a more offensive 4-2-3-1, pushing Bellingham further forward to support the attack and applying more pressure on Arsenal's defense from the start. The players are fully committed to pulling off this miracle. Training sessions have reportedly been intense, with a clear focus on improving defensive organization and attacking efficiency. Now for some expert analysis. I recently spoke with former Real Madrid player expert, who shared his thoughts on the current situation. The defeat to Arsenal exposed tactical issues that have been present all season. The midfield lacks balance and defensively we're too vulnerable to counterattacks. Ancelotti's system worked brilliantly last season, but teams have figured out how to play against us now, he continued. As for Xabi Alonso, I think he would be an excellent appointment. He understands the club perfectly and his tactical approach at Leverkusen has been impressive. He could be exactly what this team needs to start a new successful cycle. Regarding the Champions League return leg, he believes a comeback is difficult but not impossible. This team has the quality to score goals quickly. If they can get an early goal and build momentum with the Bernabeu behind them, anything is possible. However, they'll need to be much more solid defensively than they were at the Emirates. And that wraps up today's Real Madrid news. To summarize, Carlo Ancelotti's time at the club appears to be coming to an end, with Xabi Alonso reportedly set to take over next season. Our Champions League hopes hang by a thread after the 3-0 defeat to Arsenal, but the team is determined to attempt another famous remontada at the Bernabeu. Meanwhile, big changes are expected in the summer transfer window as the club looks to strengthen key areas of the squad. What do you think about these developments? Would Xabi Alonso be the right choice to replace Ancelotti? And do you believe we can overturn the 3-0 deficit against Arsenal? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. That's all for today. Please leave your comments below and hit the like button. Thank you for watching.